Right. Good evening, Lamaya Potova. Suba Sandhyava.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Right. And today we are going to discuss paper. And this was paper 15 and the part 2, right? And this was part 2. Right. And last week we discussed 16 questions in the first paper. And there are 20 questions, right? And now I'm going to the question number 17. Now, balloon, right? Now, this is relevant to the subjects, right? We call as formulas, right? And the make simple are the subject of the formula. Therefore, P equals to the C into the 1 plus R divided by 100, and we did it, right? And now look at the question number 18. Write down the functions of the graph which parallel to y equals 3x, y equals to the 3x plus 5. Right. Now listen. And do you remember? Y equals mx plus c. And c we call as intercept. M is a gradient. And the parallel graph, right? Like this. The graph 1 parallel to the graph 2. These are parallel lines, right? Therefore, gradient should be equals, right? This one is m1 and this one becomes as a 2. And we call as m1 should be equals to the m2. Both gradient should be equals. Therefore, relevant to this question, y is equals to the 3x plus 5. Now listen, what is the gradient of this graph? Make it put a gradient here. The coefficients of the x wala coefficient එක. Therefore, coefficients of the x becomes as a 3. Therefore, 3. Therefore, gradient should be a 3, positive 3, and intercept is a 5. And now question says as it goes through this 0 minus 1. Now look at this, and this is x, this is a 1, and the 0 minus 1 is a here. Metering යන්න පුතේ. Through like this. Therefore, this one should be a intercept. And the what is the equation of this graph now? Y should be equal to the 3x minus 1, because this one is a 3x and this one should be a 3x because that one parallel to the each other. In අනිවාර්ය පුතේ උත්තරය y equals to the 3x minus 1. එක තේරුණාද පුතේ හැමෝටම? That's already easy.
Can you please explain it?
Right. And we did the graph lesson also, and we did so many examples like this, right? And I asked, tell me the equations, tell me another equation like this. Now look at this. This is a graph, and I said this is a y equals 3x minus 3, right? And this is a minus 3. And we call as the intersection points of the y-axis becomes as the intercept. Therefore, this one is a y equals 3x minus 3. Now, I am going to draw the graph parallel to this one, and this one intersect by the plus 4. Now, what is the equation of this graph? Make equation. What is the equation? This one should be a y equal 3x plus 4. 3x plus 4. Right? Now, tell me the another equation to the parallel to these graphs. May then not a parallel තව එකක් කියන්න. Tell me the another equation. Y equal 3x plus 7. That's correct. Plus 7 क्या मैं हरी आने का. Right? Plus 7. And y equal 3x plus 1. Alright, that's correct. And y equal 3x minus 8. That is also correct. Because why? Parallel graphs, they are equations. Look at the equations. Therefore, gradient should be equals. Right? Now, relevant to this question, right? Now, the equation of the graph says as a y equals 3x plus 5. Now, this is the equation. But the question says, write down the function of the graph which parallel to 3x plus 5. Parallel to the 3x plus 5. Therefore, this one should be a y equal 3x. එහෙනම් parallel වෙනවා නම් එයා අනිවාර්යෙන් 3x වෙන්න ඕන. ඒක තේරුණාද?
Yes, sir.
Yes, as well as and the second condition is and that one should be goes through 0 minus 1. 0 minus 1. This is a coordinate. This is a 0 minus 1. Methane unknown through this point. Therefore, intersect with minus 1 of the y-axis, and this one we call as an intercept. Now, what is the equation? Now, y equals 3x minus 1. And this is the answer. Brianna, നമുക്ക് തേർന്നത്?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Right. Now we are going to the next question. Question number 19. Evaluate. Now find the answer for this one. ටග්ගාලා මේකට උත්තරේ ගන්න පුතේ. Hurry up. This one is we call as the indices. Put the answer into the chat. Chat එකට දාන්න උත්තරේ හැමෝම. Well done. That sounds very easy. Look at this. මේ බලන්නකො මාර ලේසියි. 3 to the power of 2 and the 3 to the power of 2 and the power of 2 we call as a power of power, right? And plus 5 to the power of 0. And the Saturday theory class, Viduri, you right? Do again, right? 5 to the power of 0. What is the answer?
5 to the power of 1, that means 5.
5 to the power of 0, right? 5 to the power of 0.
5?
No, in this Saturday we discuss, right? In this
Stage
Saturday.
1.
Yeah, we are very good, right? Because this
No, I
Saturday
said, I said 5 to the power of 1.
right, but I asked 5 to the power of 0, right? It's what is the answer? It's only 1, right? හරිනේ පුතා දුව, right? 5 to the power of 0 is a just 1, right? Therefore, this one should be a 1. And this one, power of power, therefore, we need to multiply the indices together. Now, 3 to the power of 4, right? And we discuss about the indices, right? 3 to the power of 4 means it's not to the product between the index and the base. And that one should be a 3 to the power of 4 means 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. Therefore, what is the answer? 3 into 3 into 3 into
81.
3. 81. Well done. Therefore, 81 plus 1 becomes as 82. නියමයි උත්තරේ දාපු අය නියමයි. Superb. $82. $82. Now this is the last question relevant to the first paper. අපේ පළවෙනි paper එකේ පුතේ last question එක තමයි මේ තියෙන්නේ. Right? There are 40 marks. Each question carries 2 marks. Therefore, express 0.5 to the power of m to the power of 3 we equal as a cubic meters. කාටද මතක කියන්න බලන්න. 1 cubic meter is equals to the what is the answer? 1 cubic meter is equals to the, there are three major things relevant to the volume lesson, right? Volume lesson එකේ කාරණා තුනයි ඉගෙනන්නේ. There are three major things, and that one is a cubic centimeter. 1 cubic centimeter is equals to the 1 milliliter, as well as 1 cubic meter is equals to the 1000 liters. Now this point is a very important to this question. Now the question is a 0.5 to the power of 3. We call as a 0.5. We call as a half, right? There are how many cubic centimeters? 0.5 cubic centimeter. Cubic meters. Cubic meters. Therefore, you need to multiply by the 1000. Now, decimal numbers, how to multiply by 1000? There are three zeros. You need to move 3 times to the right hand side. Now, I am going to move 1 times, then answer becomes 5. Just only 1. Now, we need to go another two moves. Therefore, you need to put the 2 zeros as answer. Now, how many cubic meters? 500 cubic meters. 500 cubic meters, right? 500 cubic meters, because look at this. 1 cubic meter, 1000. Therefore, half should be a 500. That's a common sense, right? That's a common sense. Right. Now, this one is relevant to the question number 1 in the paper 2, right? And this one is it's like a pattern, right? Look at this. The first one, and this is the first one, right? And the second pattern, and second pattern is like this. And this is the second pattern. And third pattern, 1, 2, 3, like this. Right. Right. Now the question says, study the above creations and you write down the number of vehicles and find 3 patterns respectively. 3 patterns respectively. Right, පුතා. උත්තරේ හදුම් බලන්න හැමෝම පුතේ. Find the answers. Hurry up. Now there are 3 patterns. That was very easy. Right. Study the above creation and write down the number of the equals. Okay, right? The first three patterns respectively. Alright. Study the above pattern, the case of the number of the equals. Then uttare. And you find the number of the leader creates the next pattern. How there? There are 4 and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then there are key there 3 by 3 and therefore next pattern should be we need 13. 13. 13. And you find the number of need to create the next pattern. And after 13. That's very easy. 1 mark. Because that's it. Very easy question. Now find the general term of the above creation according to the number of years. Right. Now we have to find general term. Then balloon put a general term mechanism. Right. Now listen. And I told you here is a trick. The first term is a 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, like that. Right. And this is a number pattern. And this one is a 3 by 3. Right. It should be a 3 by 3. Now, how to find the general term? How to find the general term? This is a question number 3. How to find the general term? General term is this one, they are 3 by 3. This is an increasing pattern. Therefore, that one should be a 3n. We call as a 3n. This becomes as a adding 4 by 4. We call as a 4n. This one is a 3 by 3. Therefore, we call as a 3n. Now, it's not over. Now, what is other step? Next step is this is increasing, adding by 3 by 3. Therefore, you need to subtract from the first term. You need to subtract 3 from the first term. Therefore, 4 minus 3 should be a 1. It should be a plus 1. Now, answer is 3n plus 1. This is the general term. This is a general term. If it becomes as adding, you need to subtract from the first term. This one becomes as a subtracting terms, you need to add to the first term. අපි කරන්නේ opposite එක. Right? Right. Opposite දේ තමයි කරන්නේ. Right. Next one. On which pattern do we create using 31s? Right? Therefore, what is the question relevant to the number pattern? Which term is equal to the 31? Which term is equal to the 31? Like this. In this case, 3n plus 1 is a general term. Therefore, you need to equals to the 31. Now, plus 1 go to the other side. It becomes as a minus 1. Now, it should be a 30. Now, both sides are divided by the 3. Finally, n is equals to the 10. Then answer is a 10th pattern. 10th pattern. දහවෙනියට තමයි we need a 31 case. Now, this is a show that part. Right? Yeah, 10. Very good, Dudri. Right? 10. Show that 13th pattern has 4 times the number of the equals of the third pattern. එකන කොමගද කියන්න පුතේ 13 වැනියා 13th pattern is should be equal to 4 times the value of the third pattern. කරන්න පුළුවන්ද බැයිද? Yeah, you need to prove T13 should be equal to the 4 times T3 third term. And that's a show that part. Now you need to show that. How to show that? How to show that? That's easy because you need to find the answers, right? You need to find the answers. Now I'm going to find the answers. Look at this. This is a T13. Now we know the general term is a 3n plus 1. Now how to find the 13th term? And you know how to find the 13th term? පුතේ කොහොමද 13 වෙනි පදේ හොයන්නේ 13th වෙනා? You need to substitute 13 into the n. n වෙනුවට දානවා 13, right? Now look at this. 1, 2, 3. How to find the third term? You need to substitute 3 into the n. 3 times 3, 9. 9 plus 1, 10. Yeah, that's correct. Now T13, right? Now this is a 13th term. How to find the 13th term? 3 times 13 plus 1. Now 39 plus 1, it should be a 40. It should be a 40. Now, you need to find the answer.
T3.
Yeah, T3 we call as the third term. Third term. ඒක නම් හොයන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. This is the third term. 1, 2, 3. Therefore, third term is equal to the 10. Just only 10. Now look at this. 40 is 10 times 4. Yeah. Therefore, you can write as T13. Look at this. 40 is equal to the 4 times 10. Therefore, T13 should be equal to the 4 times T3. Oh, that's very easy thing. Brianna, make a තේරුණාද?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good. Viduni, Upara, do තේරුණාද කොහොමද එක?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Now good. Right. Yeah, that's it. And that are the questions relevant to the first one. Now I got the question B. A discount of the 7% offered when the bicycle is purchased. Bicycle 7% discount offer. Now, if the mark price of the bicycle is 185,000 and find the price of the bicycle after giving the discount. Again, selling price. You need to find the selling price after giving the discount. It's not relevant to discount, right? Now you have two methods. What is the first method? Firstly, you have to find the discount and the subtract from the mark price, right? Now find the answer. Last answer kind of put the moment. Right. Time එක නම් ඇති නේද පුතේ? Just only 1 minute. You can find the answer for that. Right? And we discuss about the two methods to these questions. And this is the method number 1. මම දෙකෙන්ම හදලා පෙන්නන්න. This is method number 1. Firstly, you need to find the answer for a discount. Discount. How to find the discount? Discount is a 7% of the mark price is 185,000. And now you need to multiply by the 7% and 0, 0, 0, 0. Now 7 times 0 is a 0 and 7 times 5 is a 35, 3 remainders. 7 times 8, 56 and 3 is a 59, 5 remainders and 5, 7 is a 12. Now 12,950 rupees. This is a discount. This is a discount. Now, how to find the selling price after discount, right? Therefore, selling price we call as selling price. You need to subtract 185,000 minus 12,950 rupees. Now, my answer becomes as a 0 and 10 becomes as a 5 and the 9 is a 0 and the 4 2 is a 2. Then answer is a 172,050.
Excuse me,
So
sir.
right. This is a it's not a 185,000.
It is
It's a 18,000.
18,500.
Yes. Yeah. Therefore, you need to cut 0. Ada enak putih ke 0 එක කපලා දාමු අපි. Right. There is additional 0 here. Right. Now, this one should be answer. Is it correct now? Now it's correct. දැන් හරිද පුතේ මගේ උත්තරේ? It should be
Yes.
a 17,205. Brianna, is it correct? දැන් උත්තරේ හරිද?
Yes.
Yes, right? And now this is the method number 1 Viduni, right? And the method number 2, we can find the answer as a one shot. Selling price. Now listen, now think as a bicycle, mark price of the bicycle becomes as 100. Now 7% is a discount. 7% discount. Then selling price after the giving the discount should be a 97. Sorry, 93. 7% දෙනවා 7% අපි සිංහල කිය 100ට 7ක් 100කට 7ක් right 7 to the 100 right 7 rupees for 100 therefore you need to subtract from the 100 then answer is a 97. Now I'm going to multiply 18,500 multiply by the 93% because 7% is a discount. 7ක් අඩු වෙන්න ඕනේ. We need to subtract 7% from the 100. Now 0 0 0 0 chakalas. Now 185,000. It becomes as 185 now. You should be multiplied by the 3, 93. Firstly, 3 times 5, 15, 1 remainder, and the 24 and 25, 2 remainders, and the 5. 9 times 5, 45, 4 remainders, 72 and 76, and the 76 is 7 remainders, and the 16. Now, the answer becomes as a 5, 5, 5, 10, 1 remainders. Then answer becomes as a 6, 5, 11, and 2, 1 remainders, 17. Now, 17,205. Yes, same answer. එකම answer එක තමයි ආවේ. Yeah. Okay. Now good. Now this is the second question. And this is also related to commissions. මතක ඇතිනේ? Right. Find the answer. Hurry up. A person paid a commission of the 5% when he purchased land if he paid 75,000 as a commission. Now find the amount he sold the land, right? Now the landowner, he must give to the commission to the broker. Broker then the Now look at this. 4% is a commission percentage. Now, now if he paid 75,000 as a commission. Now listen. Now listen. And this is a selling price of the land, and this is a commission. This is a commission. Now there are two things. Now value of the land becomes as 100, selling price becomes as 100. What is a commission value? It should be a 4%, therefore 4 rupees for 100. Now things like this. This is a value of the land, therefore 4 is a commission. Now we don't know value of the sold land. Now put the X here. And what's the commission? And commission is a 75,000. 75,000 as a commissions. Now what to do? And put the equation like this. Now that's very easy. Now I'm going to simplify with the cross multiplication, right? X times 4, it should be a 4x equals to the 75,000 multiply by the 100. Now both sides you need to divide by the 4. Divide by the 4. And the 4 and 4 eliminate. Finally, value of the land, right? And you know, this one you can simplify like a 4 times 1, and the 4 times 25 is a 100, right? And the 25 times is very easy, and put the 3 zeros as a last answer. And 25 times 5 is 125. Now we have a 12 remainders. 25 times 7, and we know 25 times 4 is a 100. 125 and 150, 175, and 175 plus the 12, it should be a 187. 187. Now this is a value for a land. Wow, it's like a 1.875 million. We call as a 1,875,000. හරිනේ 18 ලක්ෂ 75,000 නැත්නම් අපි කියනවා 1.875 million. This is the amount of the land, selling price of the land, right? Actually, making 75,000 as a commission to the broker. Broker right? Yeah, well done. උත්තරේ ගත්තානේ. Right. Now this one's relevant to the graph. First we find the answers for the suitable answers for the table and draw the graph. ඉක්මනට කරන්න පුතේ මේක. Hurry up. Find the answers, suitable answers for the table, and draw the graph. ඉක්මනට කරමු. ඉක්මනට draw කරන්න. And the y equals 3x minus 2. Problem number 1. You have to find the blanks of the table. There are 3 marks. There are 3 spaces. Firstly, you need to substitute minus 1 to the x. Therefore, y equals 3 times minus 1 and the minus 2. 3 times minus 1 is a minus 3 and minus 2 should be a minus 5. That is the answer for the first space. Now, second one, y equals to the 3 times. You need to substitute 0 to the x. 0 to the x. Now 3 times 0, 0. Therefore, answer is a minus 2. Minus 2. And the third space, y is equal to the 3 times. You need to substitute 3 into the x. 3 times 3, 9 minus 2, it should be a 7. It should be a 7. Correct. And draw the graph using the above coordinates. Right? Then last one, we draw the graph. And what are the values of the y? The maximum value should be 7. 7. X-axis and the y-axis. And the negative values becomes as a minus 8. Wow. First coordinate is minus 2, minus 8, minus 1 and the minus 5, and the 0, 2, minus 2, and the minus 2, 1 and 1, and the 2 and 4, and 3 and 7. This is y equals 3x minus 2 line. Right. Brianna, tell me the gradient of this graph. What I can make gradient? Brianna? Hello, Brianna. Can you tell me the gradient of this graph? Gradient? Viduri?
3.
Yeah, 3 is a gradient. Well done. Therefore, gradient is we call as a 3. And what is the intercept? Intercept? Intercept should be a minus 2.
Minus
Look at
2.
it. Yeah, minus 2. Minus 2. Right? Minus 2. අනිවාර්ය ගෙනා පුතේ exam එක sure 1000% sure ඉතින්. Right. Now, next question. Now draw the straight line x equal 1. How to draw the x equal 1 straight line? Look at the x coordinates, and x equal 1 is here. Therefore, you can draw the line through the 1. And this is a line is x equal 1. Yeah, tama x equal 1 line. Now, find the coordinates of the intersection point of the x equal 1 and the above graph. ඒක ලේසි පුතේ. මේ බලන්න. මේ දෙන්නව intersect වෙන point එක තමයි මේ තියෙන්නේ. Therefore, what is the coordinate? 1 and 1. 1 and 1, right? And this is a graph, and this is a graph, and that graph and x equal 1 line is intersect with 1 1 coordinate. That's a 1 1 point. And this is the intersection point. Brianna එක තේරෙනවද පුතා? විදුලි?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. බලන්න ලකුණු තුනක් ඒකට, right? There are 3 marks. Okay. Now this was fractions, right? ලස්සන උත්තර හොයන්න පුතේ හැමෝම. දෙකටම උත්තරේ ගන්න. How much is 3 over 4 of the 1,000 rupees? We call as a 3 over 4 is a 3 quarter. 3 quarter, 3 quarter, 3 quarter of the 1,000. It's like a 75% of the 1,000, right?
750.
Yeah, 750, right? How to find the answer? 3 over 4 of means you can multiply. Now 4 times 1 and 4 times 250. Now 250 into 3 becomes as a 750 rupees. Right. And second question, simplify, and you have to follow the order both mass bracket of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction, right? Now find the answer. ඉක්මනට හදමු අපි ඒකට උත්තරේ. හදලා මට කියන්න ඕනේ මම. Right. Now I'm going to discuss. I think I'm going to firstly, you need to change into the improper, and everyone know about that theorems because a mixed number into the improper you can write as a 3 into 3 is a 9 and 1 is a 10 over 3 and divide, and this is a fraction relevant to the inside of the brackets, and this one you can simplify. There are two methods, but I'm going to use in the change into the improper then simplify, right? 2 times 2 is a 4 and 1 is a 5. 5 over 2 minus 4 times 1 is a 4 and 1 is a 5 over 4. Now look at this. Now denominators are not same, therefore we cannot subtract. Now I'm going to change as LCM. Therefore 4 is the greatest one. You can write as a 2 times 2 is a 4. Now I'm going to multiply by the 2. Now answer becomes as a second step 10 over 3 divide is a 10 over 4 minus 5 over 4. Now this one is very easy now, because now you can simplify the inside of the brackets, because 10 and 5 is a 5 over 4. Now this is a division. Do you remember the method? Division you can write as a multiplication. It's changed as a multiplication with reciprocal. We call as upside down. Now it should be a 4 over 5. Now there are no, here is simplifications. Because 5 times 1 is a 5 and the 5 times 2 is a 10. Don't simplify with 2 times 1, 2 times 2 as a 4. It's a multiplication. Then final answer becomes as a 2 times 4, 8, 8 over 3. But this one is improper. You have to change as a mix. 8 divided by 3 is a 2. And how many remainders? 2 remainders. Yeah. 8 over 3 we call as very good. Priyanna, very good. Well done. It's not 2 over 3, it's 2 plus 2 thirds. So 8 over 3.
As I meant to put the text as the answer of the correct answer, but when I type it, it sounds like it's 22 divided by 3, sir. And that's why I just put it.
All right, 22 divided by 3. Now understood your mistake?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now good, right? And the Viduni, how about your answer? Is it
Yes,
correct
sir.
or? Oh, good, right. All right, okay. Now this is the end of our session today. And Brianna and the Brianna is homeschool, right? And the Viduni, right? Exam right? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, right? Marks
Tomorrow
are
I got.
yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, Arda. Marks are again, right? As well as the constructions and the angles, right? Angles and the percentages and the graph lesson is a very easy thing, and there are 10 marks, 11 marks to the graphs ones, right? And the number pens also. Number pens very important thing is right? Number pen. Ena puthe, God bless you. Lasanta liela honda lakun waragin and then I'm good night. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
sir. Bye, sir.
Okay, bye bye.